Hi, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, you have the start of a new series. I am going to be working through several books. One of them just fell over. I'm going to be working through several books in an effort to curb or refine my book subscription habit that's gotten just a little bit out of control. What you can see prominently in this particular angle is one of my Goldsboro books, because that's right here. But actually, this whole shelf on this side, plus all of these, are subscription books. And I have one of my adult Fairy Loot books up here. Plus, before starting this video, yesterday, I subscribed to 2 more subscriptions. One of them I'm super excited about. I've been on the waiting list for so long, and that's the Broken Binding. I got onto the tier 2 subscription, which doesn't have signatures or numbers, and you don't get as many extra perks, I think, but I'm totally okay because you still get all of the customizations. That aside, see, that's the thing. I get super excited about these as well. But I was going through my finances and just working on budget categories and what I want to save for and what I want to allocate my spending on. And I realized there are quite a few subscriptions that I have, and I keep wanting to get more, and I haven't always had success with the subscriptions that I have. So, but in just a moment, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do in this project. This is just the opening introduction video. I haven't scripted it. I haven't planned out my segments, which I probably should have. That's just not how I roll. So one of the things that made me think about this is my coffee and book club subscription, which came with coffee and 2 books, mostly hardcover, occasional paperbacks. So many of those I'd never heard of and wasn't necessarily interested in. And it got to the point where there were multiple books in the subscription that I just went, I have zero interest in reading this, and I donated about 4 or 5 of them without even trying because I just wasn't interested. So I thought, I need to make sure that this subscription is worth my money. And as you will have already seen in week 2 of my Realmathon recent reads, where it featured the weekend of Peace Talks, I read a bunch of my comics subscription books, and I realized the adult subscription does not work for me. And I thought about just canceling altogether, but I have had success from them, and I still want to read graphic novels. And when I went onto their website, I realized that the kids subscription is approximately $7 cheaper per month. Okay, I've had way more success with that one, and it's cheaper. That's the sort of evaluation that I need to do. So let's go through what subscriptions that I currently have. I am going to bring you over to get a more in-depth view of the subscription books themselves. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about how I'm going to structure this series going forward this year. So first off, and most prominently, we have my Book of the Month subscription, and I haven't been a member that long, but as I've mentioned before, they have recently upped their number of add-ons that you can get. And so I have plenty here that I need to get to. And these are ones that I choose, so I am definitely interested in these. If we come to this side, we have 1 book left of the comic subscription. I've got a couple of them still out on my current TBR. Next, we have the TBR Tailored Book Recommendations subscription, which is quarterly, and you get 3 books. So it's basically 1 book a month, and I have read several of those. This is not going to be one that I'm going to be evaluating for the series, because this is part of a subscription that no longer exists, and I got only 1 box of. Next, we have Illumicrate. And Illumicrate goes through here, I believe, but over here I have a handful of other Illumicrate books scattered into some of my challenge books. And then we have YA Fairy Loot going back through here. And then next we have my Goldsboro subscription up through here. I am going to be going through these books here. These are my tailored book recommendation books, and I'm not necessarily interested in a lot of these anymore. I was just holding on to them. So I may be doing some unhauling in this area. Next we have Owl Crate books, but this is not an active subscription for me, so I don't think I'm going to include Owl Crate in this series. Next we have my Blacklit books. I've been subscribed to them and I never cancel, but there was a period of time where they just stopped shipping the books to me. And I just thought, okay. And I resubscribed, but I've had issues with shipping. But to be perfectly honest, I have not read any of the books from that subscription yet. So I kind of need to get onto that. And then down here, we have some of my most recent books, and this is the one that fell over earlier. This is my Aardvark subscription. This is the second book in the My Coffee and Book Club subscription. The first one is part of my April TBR, hence why it is not here. And then lastly, back on the top shelf, we have my Adult Fairy Loot YA, Adult Fairy Loot book only box. And this was, sorry about this cord, I keep dropping it. This was book 1, and I have that in a place of prominence, and this is book 2. That does not include the 2 new subscriptions that I have signed up for. That's quite a few. Let me count that real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So soon I'm going to be subscribed to 11 different book subscription services. Is that excessive? I think so. I have a tendency to want to collect everything of whatever catches my fancy. Is it part of possible ADD? Never been diagnosed. I have a lot of the signs of it, but I've never been diagnosed. So maybe I fixate on something, I go for it. Maybe it is. I need to get a handle on that. So here's what's going to be happening in this series. I hope to once a month put out a video going over all of the subscription books that I have read that month. I am then going to rank each of them on a variety of categories. At the end of the year, I'm going to look at those categories, and if they are above, let's say I will average them out of 5 so that the 5-star ranking. If the series has 3.5 or above, I'm going to keep it. If it is below 3.5, I'm going to cancel that subscription. Now, here are the categories that I'm going to rate on. First off, and most importantly, did I like the book? That's only going to be part of it though, but did I like the book? If I didn't like the book and I'm not wanting to keep it in my collection, why should I pay for it? So that's category number 1. Category number 2, customizations. Do they do customizations? And if they do, are they worth the price that they are charging for those customizations? Is it a design that I like and appreciate? Category number 3, customer service. I have had more encounters with customer service on these different book subscription boxes than I ever thought possible. That is not going to go well, I already know, for a couple of these subscriptions. I will not, however, let that be the deciding factor. Category number 4, overall price. Does the price match what they are offering? Obviously, I'm not going to go into individual details, but with that, I am going to take into account that for my UK subscription boxes, Fairy Loot, Illumicrate, and soon to be, I think it's Inkstone, and also Broken Binding. They are all UK subscriptions. So for me, the price is going to be a little bit more because of shipping, and I am going to take that into account. I was going to try to think of a 5th category to make it easier for the star ranking, but I can't think of one. So there you go. I have 4 categories that I'm going to rank on a scale of 1 to 5. At the end, I'm going to average it out, and I will keep all the subscriptions set net 3.5 or above. So hopefully this video went okay, even though I didn't script it out. I could have scripted out, should have scripted it out, but I've been thinking about this video for a very long time, and I just needed to get it filmed so I can get going on this project. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.